Hey there, speculators. It is Rod, your futures fanatic, part of TDG, financial education for active futures traders and self-directed investors. Hey, this is going to be a quick one tonight. I say that sometimes. Hopefully it'll be a quick one. Just wanted to chime in a little bit about silver. Hi-ho, silver. So I'm trying to be a little bit more topical and see if I can bust these out when things are happening. And unlike GameStop and all these short squeezes that are going on, which is a bit of a sideshow to what I primarily do, which is trade the futures markets, silver is a commodity, and while you can trade it through ETFs like SLV, the best pure way to get exposure to it is through the futures market. So that's what I'm going to do. Tell you a little bit about silver tonight right after these messages. Okay, so super. So here we are on a chart of silver, a 30-minute. First thing I wanted to point out is how well the extreme turn here, which is a hybrid indicator that is part of indicator suite that we offer here at TDG. Let me try something a little different. We're adding new people to the channel all the time. If this is something that you think you'd like to get access to, why don't you go ahead and leave a comment below and include your TradingView username. There should be no reason you wouldn't want to put your TradingView username in a comment. It's no big deal. The worst someone could do is follow you on TradingView. So you would have to have a TradingView account. In order to have multiple indicators on TradingView, you would also have to have one of the paid plans. I won't go into that tonight. Plenty of videos here on the channel that tell you all about TradingView, how great it is as a charting application. But this is our extreme turn. I use it primarily for all of my swing trading and just pointing out how well it caught some of the turns here. Nice move from 27.60s down to about 27, and then pretty much caught the absolute top. A lot of people got trapped last night in gold and in silver as it moved its way down here. So just wanted to point that out. Now, in terms of the silver contract, the full silver contract, I haven't traded it in eons. I was just getting familiar with it again. But the first thing I want to point out is it's a big contract, a big old honking contract. Yes, there is a mini version of it, but let's just talk about this contract. The notional value, which is essentially what the underlying represents, times the current price. I'm going to round back up to 30 just for simple math, but it's 5,000 ounces of silver. For one contract, 5,000 ounces of silver times 30, again, we're trading at 28.5 right now, is about 150 grand. That's a big notional contract, one of the biggest. The only ones that are about that same size are the VIX and Bitcoin, basically. So it's a big contract in terms of the leverage that you're using. It is $25 a tick, okay? So for most of you watching this, this is not an instrument you're going to want to come over and be a tourist in, especially if you're newer to the futures. But I just want to give you some insight into the fact that this sucker is exactly how you would eventually in your trading career want to get access to an underlying commodity like gold or silver or platinum or copper. The best place to play that is through the futures markets. Let me give you an example. Natural gas up a lot today. A lot of people messing around with these DGAS and UNG and all these natural gas ETFs. They're all crap. They're all crap. They're uninvestable. You could certainly kind of trade them, but the net asset value and how they're structured is not the way to play those markets. So once you learn how to chart and how to read a bar of data and use something like the T-line here, our 233 EMA filter, and have some other frameworks that you like to use, then you can go in and tackle any market. But the silver market right now is not one to be a tourist in. So while I don't provide any financial advice, don't eat yellow snow, look both ways before crossing the street, I will say tonight that myself, I am not messing around with silver. I won't be placing any trades, no matter how much volatility it provides. It's just too big of a contract, and I don't like to be a tourist. I don't have a good feel for it, and of course there are a lot of animal spirits going on right now in the silver market. In addition to it being a very large contract, here is at least in Interactive Brokers. I always use Interactive Brokers. First of all, it's the place where I have the most amount of my personal assets, but I also think that they're the best place to look. They're the most conservative. That yes, they will adjust margins very quickly on you, but they start a lot higher than other firms, so you're always going to be properly capitalized if you kind of refer to them. So the initial margin on the mini one is about $21,000. If you come down to this one, I don't know what this one is. The silver, this is the NYMEX silver right here. It looks like about $67,500. That's in cashola, baby. So you need to have that in your account to open up a single contract. Okay, so that's pretty hefty. I believe this is correct. Again, I always officially find out by just firing off a trade, and then I go and look inside of my TWS platform to really see the margin impact it's having. But that should be about what it is. And then you can scroll up here and see that we got basically the columns here are intraday initial maintenance, overnight, and overnight maintenance. So again, big contract, deep end of the pool, but it's going to be in some headlines today. And unlike GameStop, which is a stock and a short squeeze, something that let me point this out as well. This has elements of it popping because of some of the news flow around elements in the market that are now trying to move this particular market around. It is very difficult. There has been some times in the past in which this particular commodity of silver has been, quote unquote, either manipulated or moved around. You might have heard of the Hunt brothers and their desire to sort of corner the market. My understanding of the inner workings of what happened in the last 24 hours was the idea was go buy the SLV, which is the underlying ETF. If you buy it enough, they won't have the amount of silver necessary to actually reflect the price, so they'll have to go out and actually buy physical silver, yada, yada, yada. The easiest way to play any commodity when it gets moving or on any day is just to actually go directly to the source, which in this case is the SI contract, the futures for silver, and just play it that way. For what it's worth, I won't go into this whole methodology and charting framework, but this is basically a volume histogram here, and the high volume node or the point of control right now on a 30-minute going back to about the 28th, a few days ago in the past, is around 28,775, so we're sitting right in balance here, okay? Sitting right in balance. Again, big contract, definitely something to be aware of, probably not something to play with right now. All right, that'll be it for tonight. My little chime in on silver. If you'd like to find out more about how you can get access to this indicator that you see here, before you go down and leave a comment and put your TradingView username in there, I will randomly select not one, not two. I'm just going to select 3 people and actually just license this indicator for you, get it out to you. It's super easy. Again, all I need is your TradingView username. If you'd like to find out more about it, there'll be a link down below where you can join us in our trade room for 10 days for $10 if you'd like to do that. But the easiest thing to do is just like this video for the YouTube algorithm so we continue to grow the channel, and you can get other great, that's a little, entertaining infotainment around the futures market. All right, we'll leave it there for now. My name is Rod with Futures Fanatic, reminding you to stay green, trade like you mean it. Thanks.